Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we are doing the everything you need to know before you go on the brand new BRIGHTLINE. Now I know it's not super new for down south, but it is very new for the new Orlando stop and connection to South Florida. Alright, so in this video we are going to go over so much stuff for you guys, starting with the basics and then moving on to the boarding process, the different train stations, the seats / what's on board once you get on, the food and drink options that are available, the premium ticket and what that comes with, and then of course some tips, tricks, and even more. So let's get started, stay tuned. Alrighty, and we will start with the basics. So what is the BRIGHTLINE? It is a speed train that now connects Orlando to West Palm Beach, Boca Raton, Fort Lauderdale, Aventura, and then lastly, Miami. So they will stop in each one of those. You do get one carry-on bag free that you can store in the overhead or up front. But if you do want to check a bag, it is going to be $25 per checked bag, so keep that in mind. The train ride from Orlando to Miami takes 3 hours and 33 minutes. Now when we went, it did leave a little early and arrived a little early, not by much, a few minutes, but it's right around that 3.5 hour mark. All right, next up, tickets and pricing. So as you can see here, you can actually buy a ticket at the station day of if you need to, as long as it's not a sold out train. We'll get to why I wouldn't suggest that later in the video, but we'll go over basic pricing. So for Orlando to Miami, your basic smart package is going to be $79 a person, coming with your basics, and then it's going to be $149 per person for premium. And I will go over everything with premium later, but for now it's about $79 for smart and $149 for premium. And now on to actually checking into your train and the different stations themselves. So as you saw before, you can buy the tickets over to the right when you get there. And then to the left is going to be your baggage drop off. This is where you're going to go check your checked bag if you have one. This area also has guest services if you need some help with something. And then you do, if you want them, you can use your phone, but you do get physical printout tickets. And then make sure you don't lose those baggage claim tickets. You actually physically need them to get your bags back. Next up, you're going to have to go through security, so you put your carry-on bag or any other bags you have through the actual scanner, and then you walk through a scanner. Really nice. You actually don't even have to take out like your keys or your phone. It's like the ones in Disney World. Super smooth, quick, easy security process. Alrighty, and now we are officially in the Orlando BRIGHTLINE terminal. When you walk in, you're going to be dumped right into a store. It has a bunch of knickknacks, it has merch, it has Orlando things, gifts, all types of stuff. And then of course it also has the snacks, so you have chips, drinks, things like that. And then you also do have like headphones and chargers, so lots of good options. You can obviously bring whatever you buy onto the train as well. I think they did a great job with the Orlando station. It is quite large and there's a lot of seating, but there's still a lot of open space. The seats are really nice and sleek, and they also have a charging port, which I think is very convenient. Also pretty cool because you can look outside and see the tracks and actually watch the trains come and go. And as we leave, that left side that you saw had all those chairs and open seating. The center also has some chairs for everyone to use, and then the premium lounge is across from that, taking up the rest of the side. Remember, you have to be premium to go in there, but anyone can be in the main areas. So if you have smart, you are going to be staying in the main areas. Now onto the little restaurant bar they have here called Mary Mary. This is going to be your only option for food and drinks unless you want the grab and go options that you saw in the gift shop. I personally loved my experience here. I sat up at the bar, I had a drink, we did get 2 breakfast sandwiches. They were average, they definitely were kind of like frozen breakfast sandwiches if you know what I mean, but one of them was actually pretty good. Here is the breakfast menu real quick just so you can kind of get an idea. Then they also have an all-day menu that opens a little bit later that has a lot more options. Also, just so you know, if you do get a drink or food from Mary Mary, you can bring it on the train. They just have to put it in a plastic container. So I thought that was really neat. You can get a drink and actually take it with you on the train so you don't feel rushed or anything like that. And lastly, once it is your turn to board the train, they will call it over the loudspeaker and tell you what track to go to. And basically you just go down these escalators and you go ahead and board your train. We did see the Fort Lauderdale station. It was very similar, but definitely a smaller location, but it did have like a Mary Mary and some grab and go options as well. And lastly, we visited the Miami station. This station is huge. There's a Joe and Juice there. Apparently there's a full food hall. It was closed when we went, so we couldn't really see it. And then of course you have the actual, lounge and area itself. Really big station, but this station was much more crowded. Of course, Miami, and I think it was a weekend, but another beautiful BRIGHTLINE station. And something personally we found really cool at the Miami station is their snack center is literally grab and go. So you scan a credit card to get in, you take what you want, and you walk right out, and it knows exactly what you bought and it charged you for it. How that works, I don't know. I thought it was really, really cool, but Miami does have that little perk. Alrighty, so once you're on board, you're going to take your seat that you pre-selected online. Honestly, really nice seats. They had a lot of room. You do have a tray table, a big one, and then a small one as well, which I thought was really neat. Every single place does have an outlet for charging. It actually has two, one at the bottom and one on the side. You do have armrests, and a really cool perk, you have like these little things on the side of your head so you can kind of lean into them to sleep if you want to try to sleep. Honestly, I thought the seats were really, really nice, clean, large, and had everything you needed. And now for the bathrooms, there was a few on board. Honestly, pretty nice, high tech, pretty clean the entire time, spacious, not like you're like crammed into a little airplane bathroom. So overall, a pretty nice bathroom. There are a lot of seating options. You can have a tray between you. You can be facing the opposite way of travel. It does say on the top which way the direction of travel is, so you know whether you're facing backwards or forwards. I know some people don't like to go backwards on a train. Again, it'll say it on there, and you can see all the different seat options available. The trains can get a little loud with all the chatter, so they do have this little quiet zone area, so if you need to make a phone call or something like that, you come up to the front so you can have a quiet zone. Now there is complimentary Wi-Fi included with anyone's ticket, but for us, it did not really work very well. Sometimes it would work and then other times it would stop working, but you do have Wi-Fi on board. And now on to the food and beverage that is available on board for purchase. And there is a sheet on board that shows you the basics, but if you want to see the full menu, you have to scan the QR code on your phone. And here is the menu so you can see it. So they have a plethora of snacks, they have non-alcoholic beverages, they have spirits, cocktails, wine, and beer. Not a ton of selection for the beer, they were out of a lot. And then here's their menu. It is a little pricey. Things kind of start at like $12, so just keep that in mind. And the way it works, it's a lot like an airplane. They come down the middle and they ask if you want anything from the snack cart to purchase drinks or food. I will tell you, it did take a while when we were in Smart for the person to get to us. I don't know why we were cabin 1. And then I will tell you, I don't know, it could be different on your ride, but they were out of everything except for 2 things on the entire thing. Again, we were cart 1, so I don't know how that happened. So they did have a ton of snacks and drinks, but the actual food itself, they only had 2 options. So we got what they had to show you guys. This is going to be their garden salad. Definitely not a $12 salad in my mind, but that was that. It came with a little utensil kit, and they also gave us ranch. I would not recommend that. However, we did get the turkey pesto sandwich, I think it was. It was actually pretty good. Carson liked it. Overall, it was soft. It needed a little condiments maybe, but overall, that was pretty good. Now for the disembarkation process, it's very easy. They are going to make an announcement probably about 5 minutes before the actual stop of where they're stopping. They do tell you to get all your belongings and get ready to get off the train because it is a very quick stop. So they recommend you get up, you get ready before the train actually stops. There are also screens located in the aisle that will be telling you what the next stop is as well. And once those doors open, you're going to get off the train and you will be at the platform of whatever location you were trying to go to. You will then go in the station and exit through the front. If you did check a bag, this is where you're going to go ahead and get your bag. So you're going to go to the main front desk at whatever location you are at, and make sure you have those bag tags because you need to present them to get your bags. It's not like a bag tag at an airport where it's in case, they lose it. You physically need that to show them that then they will give you your bags. Now let's talk everything premium. So again, if you want to pay that $149, you are going to have a different experience on the BRIGHTLINE. So to start, you have access to the premium lounge. So we did the one in Miami. It was beautiful. You do have a little snack area that's completely included. For us, they had like cheeses, meats, they had little gummy bears, vegetables, dips, very basic but really nice snack selection. And then also they do have a drink station that is included. I thought that was pretty crazy for the price. So there was 3 beers, 3 wines, and you just go up and it's self-serve. So pretty crazy. I thought that was pretty good for the price point if you're planning on eating or drinking. And of course, also at the drink station, they had some flavored water, they had a bunch of sodas, water bottles, and coffee. Just a side note, BRIGHTLINE is only carrying Pepsi products on the train and in the lounges. Same boarding process, they're gonna call you, you're gonna go ahead to the platform, but pretty cool, you can still bring that free drink onto the train with you, so I did. We did see someone with like a bunch of cheeses and meats on a plate and they brought it with them on the train, so I thought that was pretty funny. Also, side note, with premium, you do get one free checked bag per person, so that's usually a $25 value. And for premium, you are going to get a larger seat. It is 21-inch seats. I think the other one is 19, but I'm not totally sure. Don't quote me on it. But other than that, pretty identical. You have the outlet on the side, you have the armrests, you have the place where you can rest your head. The only difference is going to be in the center. You have these little pull-outs that can hold a drink, just give you a little extra space. And then they also have pop-out outlets, which is very interesting. But other than that, pretty similar to the smart seats. So right when you depart the station, they come around with these towelettes for your hands. I thought it was really cute. Unnecessary, I just thought it was a really cute little touch that they're doing here on Brightline. It smelled really good. You're gonna see me smell it because it smelled so good, but it was like a cold hand towel. Really, really nice. I just thought it was a really nice touch, so you're gonna get that when you leave the station. Also, side note, you are always gonna be the first car in premium, so you will be the first car on the train. And then about 30 minutes in, they give you this whole snack box and a little water. It was really cute. I thought there was like cheese and prosciutto in there, smart food popcorn, you got a little chocolate, there was like this dried fruit thing. I mean, just adorable. So again, it's all included here in premium. So they gave you a little snack box. I thought it was fun. It kind of gave us something to do. So lots of snacks included here. And again, you do get all snacks included. So you can go up and ask for something else. You can get peanut M&Ms, Pringles, anything you want is included that they have there. They also have a little area in the back where they keep a bunch of snacks in case one of the workers is not in the train car at that time. So you can go get your own snacks. So tons of snacks on premium. And with that being said, drinks are also included. All soft drinks, waters, and all your alcohol is included as well. And then we were not expecting this. You do get a full meal. I did not know that. We had no clue. We were totally shocked when they brought it out for us. They came around and asked if you wanted a vegetarian option or a meat option. We both got the meat option. Totally surprised by that. I thought it was just snacks. Now I will tell you, it is when you leave South Florida. So if you're just going from like Miami to Boca, you're not gonna get this. This is when you are actually making the whole trip to Orlando. Now we were an evening train, so maybe they do it for that. I don't know. That being said, there was this really beautiful caprese salad and then another really nice sandwich, a cup of fruit, and another little chocolate. I thought this was a pretty good deal. As you saw on Smart, this pretty much same sandwich was $12 and the other salads were $12 as well. So pretty good price, I think, and all of it was actually pretty good. It needed salt and pepper. They don't carry that on board, but overall really good. So with the price, you do get a meal if you are going all the way to Orlando. The last thing included in premium is if you are going anywhere in South Florida, this does not apply to Orlando. You do get a complimentary Uber anywhere within a 5-mile radius of the station. And now on for the tips and tricks section. This will hopefully help your journey go smoother. Our biggest tip is to book early, you guys. We had no idea, but prices do go up. I mean, as you can see here, it's $119 instead of $79, then $144. And trust me, it goes up a little bit higher than that. So you need to book early if you don't want those prices to go higher. And as for the train schedule, I'm pretty sure it's the same every day. I'm not 100%, but there is a train pretty much every hour, and it goes early in the morning to pretty late at night, so I thought that was pretty nice. Now, I will tell you, these trains do sell out crazy enough. When we were in Miami, our train was full, and I've heard people talking that it's very hard to get the late train if you're last minute. As you can see here, this is this weekend, and they are already sold out, so buy in advance. Also, if you do miss your train, we were talking to someone that actually was going to have to miss it. They will push you on to the next one if it's available, but you will have to pay the fare difference, whether it's higher or lesser, you will have to pay, but you can get on to the next train. And just remember, they make the stops very quick, so it's not a long stop, so make sure if it's your stop, you are prepared to get off. I would say it's no longer than a 2-minute stop, and that might even be exaggerating it, so make sure you are prepared to get off at your stop. They're a speed train, they're trying to make it efficient, so make sure you're prepared to get off at your stop. And a side note, Brightline does use their train horn a lot, especially in the trip from Orlando until you kind of get to the other coast and vice versa. So if that's something that bothers you, it is a thing. Now, it's very minor. You can barely hear it. You can hear it, but in my opinion, it was minor. They did come around and ask if you needed earplugs. I don't think you're going to need it, but if that's something that would bother you, that is something on the Brightline. Due to how fast the Brightline goes, which is 125 miles an hour, it does sway back and forth. It's not too bad. I'm actually one to get motion sickness, and I was perfectly fine. However, if the swaying, it's more like a rocking back and forth is going to bother you, maybe bring Dramamine or anything, but everyone seemed fine on board for us. But just a little side note, it is going to be just slightly rocky the whole trip. And a few other side notes we didn't throw in yet. If you are checking a bag, it needs to be 50 pounds or under, a lot like an airline. And then the BRIGHTLINE is also pet friendly. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but it is pet friendly, so you can bring your pet with you. And they're also bike friendly, so they do have like an area where you can store your bikes. And something we would suggest if it's something you want to do is make sure you get a drink, it could be alcoholic or non-alcoholic, before you get on the train, because in Smart, the service did take a little while to get something. So if you're planning on getting on the train and getting a drink right away, it is going to take a little while. So just something to think about. And lastly, we decided to park for our journey. That was a huge mistake. So we would definitely recommend Ubering, especially with the Orlando terminal. You're supposed to park in Terminal C, but Terminal C is literally always full. They actually had it closed off. We couldn't even go see it. So we had to park in a different terminal, taxi to the station. It was way more expensive and way more work. So if I were you, I would definitely Uber to the station. And that's going to conclude our everything you need to know about the BRIGHTLINE, Smart, and Premium. We really hope it helped you guys. If you want more information, check out our channel. We have 2 different videos, one way going Smart, one way going Premium. If you want some more in-depth information, if you have any questions, comment down below. We will make sure to answer them. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps our channel. Again, check out our other videos, and we'll see you in the next one.